Professor George Magoha is warning school heads against sending learners back home over school fees. Magoha says the government will not condone that and will take action against culpable head teachers. At the same time, the CS cautioned parents against insisting on getting new admission to specific schools which may not have adequate space. We begin tonight with KTN's Daniel Karaoke in Nyeri.
Education CS Professor George Magoha Tuesday toured several counties, among them Kiambu and Nyeri, as he continued with his inspection of the reopening of schools after the long break. Professor Magoha toured Kianjao Primary School in Thika and Githoriga Primary School in Nyeri, where he was monitoring slum schools reopening in the counties.
The narrative that children were not reporting, that the reporting was at 50% is not correct. We are closer to 90% plus.
It is here that the CS took a swipe at school managers alleged to have sent children back home over school development and school fees.
Please, if you have any detail of any teacher who is bold enough to return our children home because of development money, give us that information and we shall act very swiftly.
According to Magoha, the government has already released funds to schools and should reflect in every school's bank account latest this Thursday.
Even though I had said earlier that it's only the primary school 4 billion that will be released by yesterday, because of His Excellency the President's intervention, even the secondary schools 14.6 billion were also released yesterday. So the money was released simultaneously. My only warning is this. Please use this money for what it is meant for.
Are you a parent and you are seeking admission for your child in a public school that is already congested? Magoha has cautioned that children will only be admitted to schools that have more space, while maintaining that the government was working to ensure that all students in the country had reported back to school and those in private schools that had been shut admitted to public schools by the end of the week.
It is not so much that the schools don't want to admit, it's the parents that are being cheeky. Do you get the point? Nevertheless, the government is here to serve the parents, and can we serve them, even with the teachers, as you turn them away having talked to a school that is neighboring you?
Meanwhile, school enrollment of students in counties in the north, eastern and coast counties has remained low due to a delay in school feeding programs introduced 2 years ago, targeting arid and semi-arid counties. According to the CS, the school feeding program that attracts children to school is yet to start. Meanwhile, Muringato Primary School pupils in Nyeri County are a happy lot after receiving 8 new classrooms constructed by Nyeri Town CDF in collaboration with Dedan Kimathi University.
Over the last 5 months, we have been able to build from scratch a new tuition block that has 8 classrooms, standard 1 to standard 8. We were replacing a school that has been used a lot as an example of how bad some of the schools in the region are doing.
The school made headlines after their timber-made classrooms with no windows circulated in the social media. Daniel Karaoke, KTN News.
We have more coverage of the reopening of schools countrywide later on here on KTN Prime. But let's take a look at some politics now. The country, as for the past few days, been locked in a fierce debate on the